Gamers, I hope you know I'm pissed. I'm fuming. We had an intervention for this man. We talked this man down off a metaphorical ledge.
One in the world thinks that I am just one of those Nintendo fans that only plays Mario.
You are the Nintendo guy. You are the Nintendo guy. You are the Mario guy. Rebrand yourself Mario Land. You're not beating the allegations.
I think I need to take a step back.
Yes. Yes.
I think I need to take a step back.
Yes.
And
yes.
Change this content.
Yes. Yes!
I don't think I have any energy in me to ever bring up 3D Mario again.
Yes! We won! Gamers, we won! We won! Let's fucking go! Yes, gamers! We fucking won! Look what he fucking does. No, Donkey Kong Bonanza does not replace a new 3D Mario. So much for no more Mario, huh? So much for Mr. Most Hated Nintendo Creator Ever, huh? So much for that. What happened to all that? What happened to those tears that were shown? I celebrate your come to Jesus moment in a metaphorical sense. And you betrayed me, Landon. You betrayed me. And instead of playing Path of Radiance, which was just getting good, I'm here now. I'm gonna make it your problem. In all fairness, if he does actually have some genuine arguments to present to me, I will listen to them. Because as far as I'm concerned, when people say Donkey Kong Bonanza replaces 3D Mario, what they mean to say is, since DKB obviously was one, made by the same team as Odyssey, and two, shares a lot of DNA with 3D Mario, it's not outside of the realms of possibility that they were making this game instead of, making the 3D Mario. So now that this game's done, they started the 3D Mario. Or, like, it was a staggered development, so to speak. So if this is the development timeline for DK Bonanza, this is the one for 3D Mario. Do you know what I mean? Like, as they were ending DK Bonanza, they started the 3D Mario. Instead of like this, basically, where it's overlapping. Or maybe it was like this, who knows? But the overall point is, there's a reason it hasn't come out, and it's probably because of Bonanza. Is that fair to say, right? I think that's fair to say. So a lot of people say replaces. That probably just means they were working on that instead of working on the 3D Mario. That's what people mean. That's usually what people mean. Now, if you've got some crazy revelation to tell us otherwise, or is it just fucking where? What is the game? Let's make your prediction. Is it going to be where, or is he actually going to convince me? Landon, you've got one chance, or you're not invited to my wedding anymore, okay? You got one fucking chance. There we are.
This is an argument that I've been seeing online non-stop.
The people on the line? The people on the clothing line?
Something that I just had
the people
to
on the
talk
grapevine?
about because it bothers me every single time I see it.
It bothers you. He's bothered, gamers. He's bothered.
So we know
he's
it's
perturbed. He's incensed. He's vexed. He is hungry and angry. One might say he's hangry. Now, pardon me as I pour a Pepsi Max cherry. Well, Pepsi Max lime, actually. I've got a lime flavor today. It's very nice.
Out since the last 3D Mario game. The last original 3D Mario game was Super Mario Odyssey back in October of 2017.
Oh, how many years? How many years?
9 years.
9 years? No way! No way! I can't believe this!
Since Odyssey released. But there's fans out there that like to argue against this for some reason by bringing up other 3D Mario experiences that launched since 2017. For instance, in January
like Bowser's Fury, right?
We got a port
more Bowser's Fury. Guys, he's probably gonna, ideally, he's probably gonna explain himself. I love how there's like the dark Landon and the good Landon. I got the good Landon in my chat gifting memberships. I swear to God, you better put the fucking credit card away, broski. But Mr. Widow Man, small little man, a Sue Pappas, Skylar Benson, and Frozen Apple Juice. Welcome to the Empire.
Mario 3D World. It also came with a brand new 3D Mario experience called Bowser's Fury. This was technically a new 3D Mario to an extent, because it was only about a couple hours long.
It was short, yeah, that's true.
You could probably beat this in like 2 to 3 hours.
You could, you're right.
If anything, if you played this game, you'll know very quickly that this felt like more of a blueprint, a test demo for something bigger to come later on. Like they were testing the waters with the first ever fully open world 3D Mario game to date. I mean,
test that? I feel like the word test demo might be doing a lot of heavy lifting. Do you know what I mean? I feel like test demo does a lot of heavy lifting when he says that phrase. Because now, I feel like the phrase test demo only really works depending on what follows it. I think that term only works, if you're asking me, again, help me if I'm wrong, Shirt, but if you're asking me, that term only really works in retrospect more often than not. Like, when it comes to, Let me try this again. It works in retrospect as it pertains to something that came out in the future. Like, for example, in 2003, Ruby Sapphire came out, right? Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. It's like, oh my god, what? Generation 3 of Pokemon, right? And then 2 years later, Emerald comes out, which is like Ruby and Sapphire, but like way more. So as a result, Ruby and Sapphire feels like a test demo, right? A tech demo, basically, right? But I think it's been long enough since Bowser's Fury, and since they've obviously not followed it up on something else, where this was kind of more of its standalone. So far, it seems like a standalone thing. To call something a tech demo or test demo feels like it's something that you could only really give in retrospect. I'd say experiment. I think that's probably the best way to say. I'd say Astro. Yeah, I think. Oh, that's a good example. Yeah, Astro's Playbot was probably let's just Playroom. Sorry, was a test demo for Astrobot. Yes, that's a good example. Yes, in the same way that you could probably describe Ruby and Sapphire as like a test demo for Emerald. You know, that's what I would say. So I think when he says that, I'm onto your I'm not letting you get away with the language, Landon. Okay, listen, I'm a languageman. Okay, I know your language, brother. You're trying to get the people, but you can't go on past me, Landon. Okay.
I mean, it was great. Waters with the first ever fully open world 3D Mario game to date.
In all fairness, he also said blueprint, so I will give him that. But test demo is doing a little bit of heavy lifting. Do you know what I mean? You got to be careful with that term.
I mean, it was great, but it was just limited by being so short and feeling just like that, a tech demo, where you were limited.
He says it there again, tech demo. He says it again. He says it again. Don't fall for his Don't fall for his lies. He's putting the antennas on to beam lies into your brain.
By Mario's movement not feeling like Odyssey's crisp rolls and dives, but instead the movement of Mario from 3D World, and also the fact that the game had significantly less boss battles than any other 3D Mario game. You just fought Bowser pretty much over and over and over again, and yeah, the game.
Again, another bit of Landon mind control here. Gamers, how many instances? Hang on, let's it. Games, I think we're going to add a Landon mind control count to the bottom right corner of the video, okay? Actually, I'll put it right above me. We're going to add a Landon mind control counter, right? I won't count this as a mind control, but what I will say is, watch this.
The game had significantly less boss battles than any other 3D Mario game. You just fought Bowser pretty much over and over and over again.
As he shows footage of Pom Pom, yeah? I think the signal's a little weak there for that mind control, Landon. I think it's a little weak.
And yeah, I said it 1,000 times.
I don't know if I should count that as a point. I'm thinking not. It was like mind control, but it was such a bad attempt at mind control because of his editing, where like I don't even want to give that a point. Does that make sense? Because like you literally show Pom Pom when you said that like you only fight Bowser was your exact terminology as well. Actually, no, I'll give that a point. The power of editing is phenomenal. He's upgraded from harassment to flying to gaslight to manipulation. Masterful canon here, Nintendo Landon. Half a point? You're thinking half a point? You know, I think the referee says half a point. We'll give him half a point for that.
Much over and over and over again, and yeah, the game. I said it 1,000 times already. It's just way too short. Then the Switch 2.
But like, does being way too short like disqualify as a 3D Mario game though? Like, it feels like that's the main problem that you have, Landon. Like, whenever you're like. Again, the whole idea of does Donkey Kong Bonanza not replace a 3D Mario is not an invalid argument. But it's just, you feels like you're the worst person to try and make it. Because, like, does length equal does length a 3D Mario make? Right? And I think most of us would say no. I think in the modern day, like, it's so weird because, like, 15 years ago when, like shorter length games were the indie scene was starting to like really be on the up and up, and like shorter length games were coming out. Like people were like, this was like a big debate, like how long does the game need to be? But like in the modern day, like length therefore is such a weak argument, isn't it? It's such a weak argument. Some of the most like interesting games I've ever played were like 2 hours, 3 hours long. You know? So I'm just like. When he says this in like the big talk, like it doesn't devalue. I think you can use it like as part of an argument, but the way he phrases it is just so, you know, it's just there's something about it. I'm just like, you know, I'm going to count that as a Landon mind control because he's trying to use length therefore as an argument. So I think we're on 2.5 so far. 2.5 mind control attempts. I think the best part about Bowser's Fury was it being so short. It's a nice side dish. Yeah, exactly. I feel like if you're gonna harp on the length, you have to use the context of in which the game was released. Bowser's Fury was not released standalone at full price. It was released as a added bit to 3D World, right? So with that context, the length makes sense, right? So I'm just like, There's a little bit of landing mind control. You gotta watch out, gamers. You gotta watch out, okay? You gotta be careful.
Direct would end with a crazy announcement that I don't think any of us were expecting. Yep, the big 3D adventure game on Switch 2 would first belong to Donkey Kong. In July, we would get Donkey Kong Bonanza. And with this game's announcement and release...
Wow, guys, aren't these two cakes that we're... Is it the two cakes that we have, the one we have now and the one we're gonna have later, gonna be so great, gamers? We have two cakes, we're gonna have two...
This is where we start to see the pullback from fans. Okay. And also what felt like the great divide between fans.
The great divide... Okay, do you know what, Landon? I like that. The great divide, the same location from Bonanza. Good writing there, Landon.
Half of the fan base would be completely satisfied with DK replacing Mario for now, and not minding having to wait until 2027 or even 2028 for the next 3D Mario experience. And the other half just really bummed out that this is happening right now instead of Mario. And
Now, I did appreciate your pun of the Great Divide, but I'm just like, you're making it seem like there's more of a war than there actually is. Now, this is the part where I ask you guys. I've not really seen this as like a big, like massive, like talking point in like the space. Does that make sense? I've seen this conversation pop up every now and again, but bearing in mind, my Twitter feed is uniquely cooked. Okay, it's full of brain rot, and I fucking love it. I wouldn't change it for the world. So this way I ask you, have you seen these like debates just like pop up as often? Like it's mostly just a vocal minority. Yeah, vocal minority. So I'm going to ask you, get the more online inclined of us. Have you guys seen this sort of thing? Like a bit more of a divide? I'm not seeing it at all. Is the divide in the room with us right now? No, I don't really see it that much. He's on debate Twitter, only Landon, not really. Never heard it was happening. Okay, so I think based on the sample size of my chat, which generally I would say, obviously they're biased in my favor. They're also willing to point out the truth if that's the case. I don't think this is like a great divide. So is it fair, gamers? Is it fair for me to add another point to the Landon mind control? I think that's fair, right? I think that's fair. So far he's on 3.5 mind controls, you know? I haven't seen an actual divide. It's mainly just Landon that talks about, maybe a couple other people on Discord, but that is it. Okay, gotcha. Thank you, chat. As a guy who's decently involved in the Mario Twitter, I don't really see it. Sometimes I do, but not enough to be a big thing. Got it. Okay, I trust Luigi's Psychic, because I do see him on Twitter a lot. He retweets art, he's great, honestly, you should follow him.
We're still very much looking forward to the next 3D Mario to be revealed very soon. Now, both sides are perfectly normal, honestly. It's okay to be content with everything that you've gotten with Donkey Kong Bonanza. It's a stellar game, and honestly, so far, it's been the only Switch 2 game that I'd recommend someone go out and buy a $450 Switch 2 console for right now. I mean, for crying...
The only game? I mean, I don't know, man. Miles McKenzie's right there, broski. Like, I don't know. Win? I don't know. Miles McKenzie. I don't know, man. I don't know. He's kind of there, man.
Out loud, it had probably one of the craziest video game endings I've ever experienced in my life. But also at the same...
The ending was cool. I'll give him that. I'm not going to nitpick him on that one. The ending was pretty cool.
Time, it's fine to be frustrated that we still haven't seen 3D Mario. I mean, pushing...
Hang on. I want to hear the whole sentence again. I did pause ending.
At the same time, it's fine to be frustrated that we still haven't seen 3D Mario. I mean, pushing 9 years, almost a decade, for a new 3D Mario game is kind of absurd.
Okay, outside of, like, now. Like, obviously, I think I know now. Now is the longest gap we've had since a 3D Mario, right? What was the second longest gap? Like, I'm just kind of curious. But even that argument aside, even just, like, length aside, even if we're not using, like, precedents of the past, I'm just kind of like... If this was like Nintendo, I just don't know what to say for this. They wait 6 years for Sunshine, Galaxy 2 to Odyssey probably, Mario 64 to Sunshine. 64 to Sunshine. How long was that? Let's do some research. Mario 64 release date. When was this? It says, what was it? 96. I'm gonna go by Japanese release. So we got 96 to. Was it Mario Sunshine? It was what? Japan 2002. So 6 years. So 6 years for that. And then what? Somebody said Galaxy 2. Let's do Galaxy 2, which was JP, May 27th, what? May 27th, 2020, or 2010. And then do Odyssey. So 2010 to 2017. So even if we go by like the historical precedent, this is the longest, but it's not so unbelievably long where I'm like, do you know what I mean? And then on top of that, for its argument to make sense, gamers, we have to ignore the giant 3D, the giant... You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, yeah, okay, Landon, okay, all right. A little crazy, crazy work there, broski. I was skipping 3D World. 3D World doesn't count. Okay, that was on the Wii U. No one played that. But like even then, right? 6 years? What? 6 years? 7 years? Get the jokes out of the way now. Like to 9 isn't like such an unprecedented jump, and it also hasn't been a full 9 years neither. Isn't such an unprecedented jump where like I'm like, where the hell is the? Brr? And then secondly, even if we forget the time argument, this is the like I'm gonna sound. Is it fair, chat? Is it fair for me to say? To hit him with the allegations we always hit him with, which is just play other games. And this is the part where he said, but I do play other games. And it's like, if you're using the word frustrated, remember, this is the word frustrated to describe no 3D Mario, like there's sand going on, broski. You haven't got enough indie games in your life. I don't know what to say. Like, I just don't know what to say. Do you know what I mean? What do I even tell you at that point, you know? I just don't know what to tell you. I really, really don't. This is literally my steak too juicy, my lobster too buttery, man. Like, Benjamage literally made an entirely second video on indie 3D platformers, if you want 3D platformers, right? But it just has to be the Bing Bing Woohoo Man. Like, again, Benjamage told this literally one stream ago. They were in, like, a 3D platformer renaissance. So if you want 3D platformers, now is like the industry's booming now more than ever, right? He's even making his own one, right? So if we're talking about 3D platformers, you're not starved for that. If you're talking about the game scene as a whole, bruv, 2025 was like easily one of the best years for gaming. Like, do you know what I mean? It's easily one of the best years. You can't even look me in the eye and lie to me when you say gaming is dead in the year of 2025. Do you know what I mean? And then even the hat in time, and the giant hat girl in the corner saying, address me. So I'm just like, listen, man, all I'm saying, Landon, is you want to play zombies with me and Bandy next week? Do you want to do that? I'll invite you, okay? I'll tell him to invite you, okay? We'll have a chat.
But regardless of how you feel of Donkey Kong Bonanza replacing Mario, I wanted to make a video just simply stating Donkey Kong Bonanza is not a 3D Mario replacement. Well guys, before we get started, I want to say thank you so much for tuning in today. We're still trying to reach our goal of 400,000
guys,
subscribers.
yeah, thank you for tuning in this stream, gamers. Big support today. Big support courtesy of Landon. Not Nintendo Landon, but Landon ZM. Big ups to him and Zombie and Jack Matt. Jack Matt got a super chat earlier, my bad. Every time Landon mentions a video on 3D Mario, Nintendo delays it by another. Bro, we're getting this in like 2077, same year as Cyberpunk, isn't it? God damn. So yeah, guys, big ups to big support gamers. Like up the stream. What else? What can I show? Actually, I don't know. If he's gonna shill, I'm gonna shill. So that's my corner. What's it? Clips, guys. Cool Cartoon Clips channel. I've got a clip. What the 2,000 views? What the? I got clips, gamers. Clips. You want so much clips? We got clips. We got like 3 clips. We got clips, gamers. You want shorter musties? We got musties. We got musties and more musties. You guys want more? You guys are probably all subscribed to Moresty anyway. You got more? Oh my god, we got Moresty gamers. We got Twitter gamers. For you guys are still on Elon's hell site, I'm on Twitter gamers. I'm on Twitter. Look at my banner, guys. Look at my banner. Look at my banner's so based, isn't it? I'm a Mega Man guy. Twitter gamers, you love Twitter, don't you? I finished. Miles was a twist villain all along. I can't believe this.
And getting closer and closer by the day. So let's see how many new subscribers we can get on today's video alone. Thank you so much for tuning in and helping us reach our goal soon. Let's now jump into the discussion.
Go for it.
The first problem that I see a lot of people bring up is the development team. We know Donkey Kong.
I think this is the strongest argument people say, which is, again, it was made by the same team that made Odyssey, meaning that the development was probably like I said, it was staggered like this, or even like this. You know what I mean? As in, like, they were making Bonanza, so they probably weren't working on a 3D Mario at the same time. If they were, it probably wasn't maybe at full capacity. And maybe they are. Who knows? But like that's the general argument. I think it's a fair argument. You know, it's a fair argument to make.
Bonanza was reprised of a lot of the Odyssey team. The lead producer of Super Mario Odyssey was Yoshiaki Koizumi. You can consider him the captain at the helm, or the captain of the Odyssey, where he was pretty much in charge of the entire game, and the entire project was his. But he was accompanied by game director Kenta Motokura, who's also helped work on past 3D Mario games and other games in Nintendo's libraries. Now, in the case of Donkey Kong Bonanza, Yoshiaki Koizumi had no part in the game's development. But now, Kenta Motokura, the director of Super Mario Odyssey, had have been bumped up to lead producer for Donkey Kong Bonanza. Just think of this as he took Koizumi's spot for Donkey Kong. Now, to me, this was immediately an indicator that Nintendo wanted to split this development team up into
it's possible, yeah.
groups, because why would Koizumi not have any say-so in a game that feels like Odyssey and comprised of most of Odyssey's parts and including its dev team? This sounded a lot to me like the team was split into two projects. One team working on Donkey Kong Bonanza and Koizumi's team working on the next 3D Mario. Now, what else is interesting is Donkey Kong Bonanza...
Landon, all I'm saying is that AI overview, huh? I'm watching you, Landon. Okay, I'm watching you.
Started off as a Switch 1 game and was planned to be such, and I think that's why we had such a long gap. I know a lot of people were wanting...
Okay, now I did joke about the AI overview, but like, okay, I was joking. Just to clarify, I was joking before, but like, I think if you're gonna use, generally the AI overview tends to be good at like objective information, in the sense that like I just looked up release dates. Like, release dates are easy, do you know what I mean? Like, using the AI overview for, like, release dates and stuff, they've never got that wrong. So I'm just, like, using the AI overview for, like, information like this, you probably want to source the actual article, if I'm being honest. Like, when it comes to, like, information like this, I generally go to the source instead of AI overview. So, something to consider for the future. But it was also confirmed by the devs, just to clarify, so this is true information, but I'm just saying for my chat and everyone else, you gotta be a bit careful with the AI overview if you're not using, like, dates and stuff.
Switched one game and
it can get it wrong.
Such, and I think that's why we had such a long gap. I know a lot of people were wanting Odyssey 2, and it shows that Donkey Kong Bonanza was going to be Odyssey 2 because it feels like an Odyssey 2. And to me, this makes even more sense for my theory, because if this was a game that was going to launch on Switch 1, I think it would have made a lot more sense for people having a big 3D Mario and a big 3D Donkey Kong on the same console, and then starting the Switch 2 with another big 3D Mario just makes a lot of sense. And we know
again, you're not necessarily wrong. This could be true. But the thing is, we don't know this yet. So, and we don't know this yet. Firstly, we don't know this yet. So it's like, okay, this is all just speculation. But in the same way, why is your speculation any less valid than our speculation of this replaces 3D Mario? Do you know what I mean? So I'm just like, and also, it also doesn't help, Landon, that it's you saying this. It also doesn't help, you know? If JD in my chat was to say, I don't think this replaces 3D Mario. I think they split the dev teams so they can get both of them out within a short space from one another. I'd be like, okay, fair. When it's Nintendo Land saying it, does it make sense? Like when it's Mr. 3D Mario, 3D Mario, 3D Mario, 3D Mario. Like the message falls on deaf ears. Good message, wrong messenger. Is that fair to say? I think that's fair to say with Landon. Because this is valid. It's just you're the 3D Mario guy, so I guarantee if I scroll at the top comment, if we sort by this, one of the top comments is probably going to be something along the lines of, oh, I guess it's not. Oh, here it is. It's right here. One of the top comments is, this is the 7th week in a row now you've talked about 3D Mario, which indicates that, yeah, people are getting a bit tired of you constantly talking about this, you know?
This game started development right after Super Mario Odyssey, so it's been in development for a long time. They had plenty of time to work on this thing. It wasn't like it was rushed or pulled out when
definitely
it wasn't
not
supposed to be. So there's a good chance that this game could have been done. I mean, it was revealed and launched within like a couple of months, and then it came out on the 2nd month for Switch 2's launch. So I'm willing to bet that this game was just sitting and waiting for the announcement of Switch 2 and the launch of the console. Now, another example from the devs is the legendary composer Koji Kondo. If you don't know who this is, he is literally Mr. Nintendo Music. He has been the main composer for almost every mainline Mario and Zelda game to date.
I don't know, mansplaining Kondo to us? A little crazy, Landon, but sure, okay, alright.
Well, this ended with Mario
Classic.
Odyssey. Believe it or not, the lead composer from Mario Odyssey was Naoto Kubo, and he would move on to be the lead composer of Donkey Kong Bonanza as well. But similarly to Yoshiaki Koizumi, Koji Kondo actually did help with a lot of the music for Super Mario Odyssey, but he has done no work for Donkey Kong Bonanza at all. Perhaps you see what I'm trying to say here.
Again, fair theory. We just have to wait until it comes out, you know what I mean?
The main producer and composer of 3D Mario games did not really have any work on Donkey Kong Bonanza. Why would this be the case? Well, that's because they're currently working on the game and the soundtrack for the next upcoming 3D Mario game.
Or maybe like Kondo's kind of, they're probably like maybe, in the same way that like maybe Miyamoto like has taken a more backseat role in Mario development, maybe Kondo's also taking a bit more of a backseat in composing. So, fine theory, but it could also be either way, you know what I mean? No, it's because Koji worked on Wonder. Oh, is that what it is? Okay, well, the game theory denied, I guess. I don't know.
as Donkey Kong Bonanza is currently happening. Splitting the dev team would honestly just make the most sense, and odds are this next 3D Mario game is...
But this kind of falls flat if Conjure didn't work on most of the 3D Mario games. Did he not? Okay, is that true? If that's the case, then I think this is a bit... This is him like a theory crafting here. This is him doing like a Matt Pat type game theory, not the good ones, the bad ones. Okay, let me look it up actually. What Mario games has Koji Kondo composed for? Let's see. Let's see what he's got here. Let's have a look at his. Can we have a look at his discography? Works. Let's have a look and see. Are there any 3D? Wonder, Mario Maker 2, Ultimate, Odyssey, Mario Maker. So he worked on a bit on Odyssey. Okay. 3D World, Galaxy 2. So he's worked on some of the 3D Marios, right? Galaxy 2, Galaxy. So he's done 3D Marios before. So maybe it was fair to hope that he would do Bonanza, but he just didn't, I guess. I don't know. But he did most of the 3D Marios, so fact check false. You guys were lying to me.
Not going to be an Odyssey 2 or any other sequel of that matter. A lot of people, myself included, are thinking that the next 3D Mario game is just going to follow the blueprints of Bowser's Fury and finally giving us a huge, one giant interconnected open world 3D Mario experience with tons of platforming challenges or maybe even shrine-like challenges for us to enter and have more linear 3D Mario platforming. With such a drastic change in formula and the way this next 3D Mario game is probably going to play, it wouldn't surprise me if this Odyssey team did split in two and lots of the core Odyssey workers stayed back on Donkey Kong Bonanza, but then a lot of new workers came in and they developed a brand new team for this new 3D Mario game.
If you're asking me, like, surely you'd have the older workers work on the more bigger project, right? I don't know, but like forming a new team to make the next 3D Mario and then keeping the old guys from DK Bonanza? I don't know, to be honest. That seems a bit... if I was to compare this to a Pokemon, I'd call it a bit far-fetched. You know? A little bit, I'm gonna be honest. Someone else made this video under the pretense of it's just theoretical content to be okay, but this is Landon, him just trying to cope. Yeah, basically, that's what this is. A decent message, wrong messenger, you know?
I mean, after almost a decade and Donkey Kong Bonanza being a thing, which already kind of feels like an Odyssey 2, I don't know how they could possibly do another Odyssey 2 or a sequel to any past game right now. I know a lot of people want to see a Galaxy 3 because of the movie, but Galaxy 2 was already built on existing ideas left over from Galaxy 1, so I don't think any sequels make sense right now.
Well, hang on. Can I hear that? Hang on, quick. Landon mind control. Add it again. Hold. Let me hear it again. Hang on. Oh, listen.
Galaxy 3 because of the movie, but Galaxy 2 was already built on existing ideas left over from Galaxy 1, so I don't think any sequels make sense right now.
Hang on, Landon. Hang on. Can we just backtrack slightly? Oh my God! You mentioned that it had been 9 years. It's almost as if they wanted to make Galaxy 3, they could have had all of that time to make Galaxy 3. Oh my God! So when he says it was made of, leftover ideas from 2, so it makes no sense, it does make sense because it's been so long, they'd have so many new ideas to make. It's only been the best part of a decade, right, Landon? So hang on, it's been 9 years when it benefits you, but not when it doesn't benefit you, huh? Interesting how that works. It's the Landon mind. I have to add 3 points for that, chat. I'm adding 3 points for that. That's got to be diabolical, right? It's 9 years when it benefits him. It's not 9 years when it doesn't. That's actually crazy to think about, right? I'm not gonna lie. That's for the most part of this section, it was kind of like bad message, like good message, wrong messenger, right? But I'm just like, that's actually diabolical, lads. That's diabolical, you know? You're misunderstanding his point. No, his point. Hang on. Okay, let me hear that again. Let me hear it again then.
Possibly do another Odyssey 2
Let me hear that again.
Or a sequel to any past game right now. I know a lot of people want to see a Galaxy 3 because of the movie, but Galaxy 2 was already built on existing ideas left over from Galaxy 1, so I don't think any sequels make sense right now.
Yeah, he's saying it was already built off. Galaxy 2 was already built off existing ideas from Galaxy 1. If it's already been 9 years, then surely they would have had 9 years of time to make new ideas for a hypothetical Galaxy 3. Is that not what he's saying? I don't think I misunderstood his point there. He's saying that they're not going to make a game using assets from older Galaxy games. But yeah, but they could easily make a Galaxy 3. It doesn't make sense, but it's possible. He's like hand waving it away because they can't use pre-existing assets. They could make a whole new game. They could have made a whole new game at this point. So hand waving away just makes no sense to me. That makes absolutely no sense. They can make new stuff, and then he goes into and then Galaxy and then Sunshine 2, Frame 1 immediately after. Yeah, Senna. What's happening here? What's happening here?
This one. Another argument that
Interesting. So Galaxy 3 makes no sense, but you like a Sunshine 2, huh? Listen, I'm gonna add another point for Landon Mind Control, because he's trying to convince you that we need Sunshine 2. Sunshine was not a good game, okay? I'll die on that hill every day of the week, broski, okay? So when he says Sunshine 2, I'm like, I'm okay, thank you. I'm alright. I'd rather go anywhere else, but fucking I'll die for you, okay?
Absolutely can't stand is, hey, you got your 3D Mario. You essentially got your Odyssey 2 with Donkey Kong Bonanza. Look, I get it.
Okay, no, hang on, hold. People only say that, Landon, to you. Hang on. I have not heard anyone say that to anyone else but you. Do you know? Hang on.
Another argument that I absolutely can't stand is, hey, you got your 3D Mario. You essentially got your Odyssey 2 with Donkey Kong Bonanza.
I've not heard anyone say that to anyone but you. I'll be real. I'll be real with you, Landon. I'll be real with you. It's just people say that to you because you're just really annoying about 3D Mario. That's what it is. You're just kind of annoying. That's all it is. I feel like Alan with Mr. Boss's gift after that. Literally, it's like I don't want it.
Look, I get it. It is worked on by the Odyssey team. And there's so many references, and even the way the game runs, looks, and plays. There's a lot of Odyssey DNA shoved into this thing. But even as someone that loved this game, like a lot, it didn't feel like a Mario game. I mean, it wasn't really based on platforming and getting from one area to the next. It was more about picking up pieces of terrain and throwing it around.
Okay, this is what Landon made this argument before, but like I'm just like, yeah, he's just. When people say it replaces 3D Mario, it's because not only was it made by the same team, it obviously has the same DNA as Mario Odyssey. That is just extremely obvious. Oh my! And then when he says it's not really based on platforming, have you seen the tricks people can do with the fucking platforming? In fact, have you seen my Donkey Kong Bonanza live stream? Like, what's it? My fucking videos on that, man. Or my live stream, my past VODs on that. The shit I was pulling off. It's like, I know he played the game, but did he? I'm just like...
in like a Mario game. I mean, it wasn't really based on platforming and getting from one area to the next. It was more about picking up pieces of terrain and throwing it around and pummeling enemies to a pulp, digging deep underground looking for hidden bananium gems, and completely and utterly destroying the worlds around you. It was more of a giant fun sandbox to mess around in. And
well, yeah, and Odyssey wasn't? And Odyssey wasn't a giant sandbox to have fun in and jump around in and capture stuff. It feels like the main difference is in this game you break stuff, in Odyssey you capture stuff. That's it. They both share the exact same like gameplay loop, bro. When the cape gives him big. Honestly, he just hates monkeys, and I'm just like, they're like one of my favorite animals. They're just like silly and goofy, and they do weird shit. It's funny.
Destroy. This made the worlds feel, well, just like that. A giant sandbox instead of a giant playground. Mario games always feel like a playground. Every single stage in...
Could you wish me luck on my Pokemon cards? I want Froakie so bad. Alright, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pin your message. If you don't report back and tell me you get a Froakie in 5 minutes, you're banned, okay? Good luck. I partially get it because Mario's more straightforward gameplay, where Bonanza's more playset, where the platforming is not as emphasized. No, again, I get it. But when he says, like, again, just the language he uses just makes no sense. Like,
destroy
hang on.
Around you. It was more of a giant fun sandbox to mess around in.
Yeah, but as if Odyssey wasn't. Do you know what I mean? Like, as if Odyssey wasn't. As if half the fun of Odyssey for me was just, like, running around and just, like, finding weird shit to do. Or, like, no, sorry. In this game, it was running around finding shit to punch. Whereas Odyssey was running around finding weird shit to capture. You know?
Destroy. This made the world. Mario games always feel like a playground. Every single stage and world is perfectly crafted for you to get from the beginning to the end in some capacity, whether it be a linear game like the Galaxies or 3D World, or whether it be something more open like 64 Sunshine or Odyssey. You can't really destroy the world in any of these games, or mess up the terrain, pick up pieces of the ground and throw it, or dig deep underground. You're meant to platform around the world, jump from building to building, leap from rooftop to rooftop.
And you're still doing plenty of that in Bonanza 2, except you just punched...
in order to reach your destination. And that's something that Donkey Kong Bonanza just doesn't do. And it's fun.
Okay, I'm adding another point of landed mind control. Like, I'm adding 2 actually. He's just straight up lying. He's just straight up lying. Has he even played the game? I don't believe he's played the game. I'm gonna be honest with you. Have you played? Just say you hate the game. I made this joke like a couple streams ago. But just say you hate the game. That's what you have to do, because it really sounds like you hate the game at this point. Because you're just like lying on its name. What we? Yeah, the captures in Odyssey also interact with the environment. Yeah, like I'm honestly speechless, because he just like again when he gets into like theory crafting, I'm like, fair dues. It's just it doesn't really work because you're a bad messenger. But he's just like straight up lying as he watched the Bonanza 80% speed. I think that's what he did. I think that's what he did, man.
Fine, it's meant to be something different for a reason. If Nintendo truly meant for Donkey Kong Bonanza...
Like, this is, yeah, I think Starlight says it best. It's literally just because Mario isn't on the title. I'm telling you, replace DK Bonanza, call it Super Mario Bonanza, give Mario like a monkey mushroom that makes his arms like really jacked and he can punch stuff. He loves this game. It's his game of the year, easy. Easy. 100% he loves this game to hell and back. Do you know what I mean? That's all it is. These statements confirm it.
Replace the next 3 Mario for a while, then why didn't they just make a Donkey Kong game, but exactly like Odyssey? Why didn't they...
I'm gonna lose my shit. Oh my god. He didn't play the game. Chat, he didn't play the game. He didn't play the game. He didn't play the game. I'm sorry, like, this is mind control. I'm adding another 5. I'm adding 5 points to that. I'm adding 5 points to that, honestly. That is actually insanity. And I'm adding a half point so we can get to a whole number. This is actually unbelievable. He did not play the game. He did not. One more time, chat. We did not mishear this. Let's hear it one more time.
For a while, then why didn't they just make
the whole point
for Donkey Kong Bonanza to replace the next 3 Mario for a while? Then why didn't they just make a Donkey Kong game, but exactly like Odyssey? Why didn't they just have Donkey Kong platforming, grabbing vines, jumping from tree to tree, or, you know, building to building, whatever type of worlds that he's in? No.
I swear to God, I guarantee you guys, even if DK Bonanza had the capture ability, he would still make up another excuse to say this is different. I'm at a loss for words here.
Vines, jumping from tree to tree, or, you know, building to building, whatever type of worlds that he's in.
I'm sorry, I'm adding another point for landed mind control gamers. Because what is in the background of his video, chat? What's in the background of his video? Do you see it? It's a section where you have to platform across. You can't grab these grates. Like, you can't grab them, so you can't, like, punch the terrain. You have to jump yourself across to get to this area. In order to get here, he had to do platforming. The same way you would have done in Odyssey. The buildings, gamers. I can't believe this. You know, it's a good day when I open most of the Nintendo Listen, okay? Get out of here, okay? You're not allowed to watch this, okay?
No, they wanted a completely different gameplay style because they knew this isn't Mario, this is Donkey Kong, so they came up with digging and picking up pieces of already established terrain. This is why Donkey Kong Bonanza had to establish itself as a different thing, because it's Donkey Kong, not Mario.
Corporate wants you to tell the difference between these 2 pictures. It's the same picture. That's all I'm getting, okay? That's all I'm getting, broski.
As a huge fan of all Mario and Donkey Kong games, I find it so strange that
can we correct that? It's all fan of all Mario games. That's what it is. It's all Mario games, okay?
Donkey Kong fans.
I think it's fair for us to take his Donkey Kong license, right? Is that fair to say, chat? I'm just gonna go ahead and oof, tasted horrible.
Telling Mario fans, hey, you're getting your next 3 Mario. It's Donkey Kong Bonanza. Now shut up and be patient for the next one. Just because Donkey Kong is made by the same team and has DNA remnants of Mario Odyssey does not make it a Mario game.
Well, Guys, there's no way this man could be this fucking stupid. There's no way. I'm telling you, there's no way this man could be this fucking stupid. Where did all the self-awareness go, Landon? Like, no one is saying, literally, it's a Mario game. But when it's made by a good chunk of the same team, uses pretty much a very similar, if not the same gameplay loop, it's just one is Monkey Smash, one is Plumber Capture. Like, he must be this stupid. It's just a great reminder to play video games. Listen, I'm playing Fire Emblem Path of Radiance right now. The story's actually getting pretty fun, so I'd recommend that game on Endless Earth if you want to play a Fire Emblem game. I wouldn't recommend it's your first Fire Emblem game, but if you want to in the mood for a Fire Emblem game, you should play it.
Now, there's not two.
Give him another point. Okay, I think give him 2. I'm actually gonna give him 2 for that. Because like no one is literally saying this. Can we hear it one more time?
In a remnants of Mario Odyssey does not make it a Mario game. Now,
I'm also gonna add an extra point for like the absolute smugness in your voice. It does not. The absolute smugness. The smugness of this man. Listen, Landon, I'm getting the guys to put you in a straitjacket, okay? I've had enough of you.
there's not too many examples I can pull of 2 different franchises being worked on by the same team that feel the same right now. I'm sure you guys can maybe think of some, but I've seen some people give these examples online that I completely agree with. The Persona team, they have tons of spin-offs in between their mainline games. Persona Revelation, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona Tactica.
Can I see you as my crush? I will not judge. Teddy for I don't want love.
Yeah, Landon, you gotta. And then wrap it up, bro. Landon, wrap it up. You gotta wrap it up, man. That's just kind of embarrassing. I'll be real with you. You gotta wrap it up, okay? If you guys don't know, the calamitous error he just made is he referred to Shin Megami Tensei as a spin-off of Persona. When anyone who even did a lick of research knows that Persona is a spin-off of Shin Megami Tensei. I've never played those games, I just know that. And if I didn't, I would look that up instead of relying on people on the... Yeah, yeah, just send him home. Guys, if you laugh, you go to Zone 17. I mean, in all fairness, he might be a Persona fan. He's actually never played the games before. So he's probably the best Persona fan that ever existed, I'm gonna be honest.
Or Reload, or Persona Revelation, Shin Megami Tensei, Persona Tactica, or Reload, or Royale. Just because these spin-offs are coming out, do we just immediately say, oh, that replaces the next Persona game? We can't expect the next mainline Persona game for another 3 to 4 years.
I'm genuinely embarrassed. I don't know what this game is. I'm genuinely shocked. I'm genuinely shocked. Persona 5 came out in 2016, according to the AI overview, all right? I think nearly 10 years, we're coming on 10 years. People are like, okay, but where's 6 though, you know? But where's 6? I don't know what to say. We have to add like 10 points. Yeah, it's a massive, unbelievably massive meme that the next Persona 6 is just gonna be Persona 5, like, 2. Do you know what I mean? Because people are just like, please, can you make another one? You know what I mean? Could you please just make a new Persona game? What was the recent one that was announced? Persona 5, like, fitness boxing? What was it called? Don't tell me he's still going at it. Joe Popcorn. I'm so sorry, brother. I'm so sorry. Persona 5 Joking It edition.
Or probably the more obvious one, which may not be the best example because the quality of these games aren't quite there right now, but still, Pokemon normally drops a new game every single year. And when you look at something like Pokemon Legends ZA, which is still a full-fledged Pokemon game, it may not be mainline with the current gens, but like it's as close to a mainline as you're gonna get. Now,
it is a mainline game. Listen, stay the fuck away from Pokemon. You don't know what you're talking about. PLZA is a mainline game. They consider... Game Freak have literally stated that the Legends games are mainline. But I'll let you continue. Obviously, another case of he's done no research and he's stepping into my domain. He's making the mistake of stepping into my domain now.
Mainline with the current gens, but like it's as close to a mainline as you're gonna get. Now, just because we got ZA, does that mean that Pokemon fans have to wait another 4 to 5 years for the next mainline Pokemon game?
No, but it did mean we had to wait. Yes, it did mean we had to wait. ZA took the spot of what would be Gen 10, and now we had to wait for Gen 10. Yes. Because that's what they do now. Instead of releasing one new generation, they seem to be doing one new generation, then ZA. Or Legends, should I say. And then new generations, then Legends. That seems to be the sequence they've done. So in a literal sense, yes. PLZA replaces the spot that a Gen 10 game would have had. So you've literally made the opposite of the point you're trying to make. And that is, games, I think we have to add another 5 points to land in mind control. Because not only is he trying to mind control, he's using the thing that I'm familiar with, okay? I'm a Pokemon and you can't lie to me, okay? With your signal's weak, brother, okay? Here's a Sonic mentality where they labeled Advanced Rush and Colors DS as spin-offs. Except it's even worse because he's done no research. He's literally done zero research. You talk to one Pokemon fan, or you've even look it up, like, the Legends games are mainline. Everyone knows this. Like, we all just kind of know this. There was a debate for a bit, but like when Game Freak literally said, "Hey guys, they're mainline," but I was like, "Okay, they're mainline." They're different. Obviously, they're different from the traditional games. So, but they're
That wouldn't even make sense.
The buildings.
I mean, based on the Giga League alone.
No, hang on. Whoa. Okay, we're skipping it. I don't want to hear anything about the leaks, broski. We're an anti-leak zone. Whoa. You keep that shit to yourself, bro. You keep that shit to yourself. Fucking the devil has possessed him. I'm gonna skip ahead 10 seconds, okay? Because I'm avoiding spoilers. All right.
Team moved to 3D Donkey Kong, a new team arose for the new 3D Mario. But also, if you love Donkey Kong Bonanza, then just enjoy it. There's no reason to bash Mario fans for now wanting to see the next 3D Mario game.
No, it's just you. It's just you, Landon. Yeah, again, another point for mind control. I'm not even trying to like add points just for the fun of it, but like he's literally pretending like there's a large contingent of people just like me. No, it's you. It's just you. I keep seeing getting cooked on Twitter. It's just you. Every single time you make a dog shit tweet, people in the quotes go, "Aren't you the fucking Mario's forgotten about guy?" And you cry yourself to sleep. That's what happens, Landon. I'm not joking, by the way. Like, I don't even follow him, by the way. Just sometimes on my For You, I literally see Landon getting cooked in the quotes. And I just go, yeah, fucking the sun rises from the east.
If they're just not big on Bonanza, which some people aren't. As much as I love Bonanza and was quite shocked to see how some people actually really didn't like it, I completely understand their complaints. It's a 3D platformer with a completely different design philosophy.
No, and I know it's the same design philosophy.
A shadow of doubt, some people are going to say, just let Donkey Kong Bonanza have its time in the limelight. Dude,
true.
It's been so long since the last 3D Donkey Kong.
It's been so... Oh, it's been so long since I had a meal. I'm so fat. I can't eat any more Mario games. I'm so hungry. I'm so I need more food, more!
It was over 25 years ago on the Nintendo 64, and trust me, I get it, but it's been over 6 months. It's time to move on, and this is where
just fucking... Oh, it's been 6 months, therefore you guys can't talk about the game anymore. You guys know that, right? You guys know? Yeah, because famously games die after 6 months, right? Listen, Landon, not all of us are trying to make daily slop on our YouTube channel, all right? Like, I'm not even kidding. This is literally him. He's saying this because he's a daily slop monger. I'm not even saying that to be disrespectful or rude. It might come across as that, which I fully intend it for, too. Don't get me wrong. But, like, he's literally only saying this because he has to upload daily slop. I would never say this because thankfully, because of the angel Landon in my chat and the rest of you guys, my income is not contingent on Nintendo releasing stuff. Because wow, what a stupid horse to hit your wagon to, right? And I'm just realizing it's past midnight, so I should probably lower my tone. But good grief, Landon. The only person saying this is you. Literally you, broski. I don't know what to say.
And this is where I start to move to my last point, because yes, it's been over 25 years since Donkey Kong 64, the last time we had a 3D DK, but moving on to almost a decade until your 3D Mario game on your brand new console is pretty crazy. Regardless of what you thought of Donkey Kong Bonanza, it's just not that IP that's going to gather attention from people.
Oh my god! Kill me! Kill me now! We need that game to unite the community! It's the same thing He did it again! We have to unite the... Oh, Landon, do you want good games? Do you want just good games? Do you want, like, one of the best platformers I've ever played? oh no, we have to have a game to unite the community because Nintendine is winning. Nintendine. Say his name 3 times and he'll appear to put you to sleep. The community is low. Oh man, the vocal minority, the buildings, the people online. I'm glitching out, gamers. I'm glitching out. It's mind control's worked, but it's fucking ruined me, okay? Imagine the day after 3D Mario release on Switch 2, Landon's gonna start making videos on the next one. On my mama. Oh my god. Landon, all I'm saying is, if you make a video speculating the next 3D Mario when we finally get one, and it hasn't been at least 2 years, I'm gonna find you, okay? I'm gonna find you and have a stern word with you and your mother, okay? We're gonna get all the family together and we're gonna have an intervention for you, okay? It's diabolical. All right, when it finally comes out, which is when, by the way, you greedy fuck, you have to say shut up and stay silent and milk that cow for at least 2 years, okay? Minimum, and I'm being generous when I say 2 years. Should be 5. I'm gonna be generous, okay? Very generous.
The way a Mario or a Zelda would. Unfortunately, that's just the case. There's going to be diehard Donkey Kong fans that are absolutely loving this game. I am loving this game as a diehard Donkey Kong fan.
Thanks to doubt.
But almost every single casual gamer or casual Switch 2 gamer that I know has no clue Donkey Kong Bonanza even exists.
Yeah, and good, I don't care. I genuinely, like, why do you care? No, seriously, I'm asking you the question. I've made this point plenty of times before, chat. Stop the cat. I don't believe him neither. But, like, I've made this point many a time before, and it bears repeating for this, which is, I just want good games to come out. All of you guys should also just want good games to come out. It doesn't matter if other people aren't playing them too. The idea that the value of a game or your enjoyment of a game hinges on everyone knowing you're playing that game is genuinely the most unbelievable statements I've ever heard. And I think you should be embarrassed having even said that. Genuinely, I mean that. With all the venom of my speech, I mean that. The fact that one of the best 3D platformers I've ever played released, and you're putting it down, not because you don't like the gameplay loop, not because like the gameplay chops aren't what you like, not because maybe say the bosses aren't really as good as they could be, not for any valid reason you could probably have for your own personal taste or even if it were an objective sense. It's because your lame ass bitch ass friends don't know it exists. Genuinely terrible. Like genuinely terrible, and I think you should be ashamed of yourself.
Most of them are like, oh, Mario Kart World or Pokemon? I'll probably pick those up. No one's really talking about the other games though, especially Donkey Kong Bonanza, which hurts me because I feel like it's the only one worth picking up for the Switch 2. Right?
Why does it hurt you? He's done it, gamers. It's not a joke anymore. Gamers, it's not a joke anymore. It hurts him that people aren't playing a Nintendo game. Why does it hurt you? Brother, Pokemon eternally, it seems like Pokemon is in this eternal loop of being controversial and shitted upon by like a good chunk of the people that either play it or don't play it. If you're asking me, I don't give a flying fuck, broski. PLCA was pretty damn fun. Mega Dimensions was it was fun, but you know, I don't get it. I just don't get this guy. It literally is, gamers. If it's not bing bing woohoo, it doesn't exist. If it doesn't make line go up on his channel, it doesn't exist. If it doesn't give him a 1 out of 10 on his YouTube analytics, it doesn't exist. That is what it's like to this man. This man exists not to be a gamer, but to see the 1 of 10 on his YouTube dashboard. That's all it is, gamers. And I'm adding another 10 points to the mind control. This is unbelievable behavior, broski.
Now, and I know this isn't a great metric, and I hate talking about this normally.
You don't, though. You bring this up constantly. What do you mean you hate bringing this up? If my experience of you is anything to go by, what you're saying is par for the Nintendo line course, broski. What are you talking about?
But
why are you lying?
Are also a pretty good indicator of what people are interested in. After doing this job for around 7 years, it's very easy to see what games are popular amongst the fans and what people love to watch and what people love to soak content up on.
He's literally doing a board meeting. Oh my god, gamers, he's doing a boardroom meeting. He's literally saying the quiet part out loud. Gamers, listen, I don't know if you heard that, gamers. I don't know if you heard. He's saying the quiet bit out loud.
After doing this job for around 7 years, it's very easy to see what games are popular amongst the fans and what people love to watch and what people love to soak content up on.
He's literally saying it's a numbers game for him. Actually disgusting work. Good lord, this man is like a shell of a gamer. This man is an absolute corporate shell. People will happily sit here and give the big companies in the space all this talk about how they're greedy capitalist pigs, which is justified, by the way. But I think the most menacing snake in the grass are the content creators that push this content-first mindset onto their viewers. And I hope you think, Moresty, like, you seem a bit, I am genuinely upset. I am pissed off, because I hate this shit. I hate this shit with all my fucking heart and soul. You, the viewer, should not give a shit about my numbers, all right? That's not your job. That's my job to care about. And if the numbers are low, I'll either make something new or I'll go back to fucking employment, broski. I'll join the unemployment line. That's nothing to do with you. Your job is to enjoy my content and just move on with your day, or interact with it if you want. That'd be quite nice. If it's about the money, that's a you problem. I don't care. Any content creator gamers that tells you money this, algorithm that, immediately start questioning their motives. I'm not saying you have to unsubscribe from right away, that'd be a bit knee-jerk. Immediately you should start questioning their motives. Because like, being motivated by money partially, it's not a bad thing. I'm not gonna pretend like I don't boot up a stream and I don't see those super chats and my I don't start going, I'm not gonna pretend there's absolutely zero element of that. But when I live stream, I just wanna have some fun. But that's what it was for, first and foremost. That's why I've been streaming for the last 6 years of my life. I'm gonna keep streaming as long as I fucking can. Because I love this shit with all my heart. I love being an entertainer. Whether it was for 10 views playing Breath of the Wild, or like the 100 or so people here now. And I'm not saying you can't have a money angle to it, of course not. But when it's this blatantly obtuse, I feel nothing for you. I genuinely feel absolutely nothing for you. When DSP does this, it's laughable. But at least DSP is like, he's been a shell of a gamer for like 10 years now, so I just laugh at him. He's an old man, he's in his 40s, all right? He's kicking on 50. What are you, Nintendo Landon? You're supposed to be, you talk this game about 3D Mario, and yet I don't even know if you want it. The fact that you've spoken about this game ad nauseum, and I don't even know if you want it for the views, or if you want it because you're excited for being a Mario fan. The fact that I don't know that is actually insane. That's insane. Is that not the most insane thing you've heard? To me, that's insane. When I want 3D Mario to some extent, don't get me wrong. But when I tell that to you, the viewer, you have no uncertainties that it's, oh, I just want it because it'd be a fun game to play. Because it would be a fun game to play. I'd love to play another Mario game. I don't know with him. You're selling yourself to the algorithm is genuinely the most depressing thing on planet. Because one thing you have to understand as a content creator, chat, and I think thankfully, my part-time job avoids me falling into this sort of mindset, is when you do this thing full-time, you're one of the most insidious parts, and I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you actually. Let me educate you guys, because I don't think a lot of you guys know. One of the most insidious parts of the YouTube game is the dashboard, right? And I'm gonna show you exactly what I'm talking about. Let me sign into Sir Moresty real quick. I'm gonna show you exactly what it is, right? So when you log into your YouTube dashboard, the very first thing you see is on the left-hand side is your latest video performance, right? And you get this nice spreadsheet about like, whoa, and YouTube gives you like a nice, your videos are getting so much higher. Oh, well done. Now for me, if you're wondering, guys, there's a little thing over here, right? I accidentally clicked it, but there's a little arrow over there, right? So when I log into my YouTube channel, it literally looks like this, because I have it shut at all times. Because the moment I log into Moresty, the first thing I do, and in fact the only thing I do, is I go to this tab and I start hearting some shit, because I love the comments. The comments is like the most fun thing about being a content creator by a country mile. And what I do is I click this, I click sort by newest, and I have a read and I heart them. And then I just click out and move on with my day, right? But what I'm telling you is any content creator in this space will back this up. No content creator in the world will tell you that I'm lying right now, is that people see this number, chat, and it's fucking dopamine. It's crack. It's crack when people see this. When people see a 1 of 10 gamers, it's fucking crack cocaine to these people. I'm telling you, you get in a stupid loop about wondering, oh, did this film perform well? Did that perform well? And it might not get you immediately. I'm telling you, chat, this is true. It might not get you immediately, but slowly over time, you'll be like, oh, I haven't had a 1 in a while, I haven't had a 10 in a while. Because what I'm telling you is that I'm not saying that I'm fully immune from this. There are on occasion where this thought crosses my mind. But then guess what I do? I take a deep breath, I go, it'll be fine, and I just keep kicking on. And I'm like, Moresty, if you really are nervous, hit up your manager on the group chat and say, hey boss, I need more shifts. I have that out, which stops me from falling prey to this nasty piece of work, right? When you're a full-time YouTuber though, one of the biggest hurdles you have to overcome is avoiding this shit and avoiding the little praise that YouTube gives you. And guess what, guys? When the first time you see this, it gives you a little fireworks show as well. It's It's purpose built to get you hooked. Gamers, onto that 1 of 10. Just to clarify for those who don't know, 1 of 10 means out of your last 10 videos, this one performed the best. And bearing in mind, think about how insidious that is, gamers. They don't perform it against all of your videos of all time. No, just the last 10, because you're only as good as your last 10 videos. Because as far as YouTube is concerned, that's all you're good for. That's all you're good for, gamers. That's all they care about. So I'm telling you, gamers, Nintendo Land probably at some point was a well-meaning YouTuber. He probably really loved Mario. I'm telling you from personal experience, from someone who has had that devil whisper in my ear, but thankfully I have a lovely guy named Steve who's my manager, who I can just hit off extra shifts. So if the line is going down and I've had too many 10 of 10s, hey boss, can I get some extra shifts? Sorted. See, again, if don't take my word for it, even SF Productions, a big YouTuber and is much bigger than me, could also vouch for it. Those Arizona numbers used to be my downfall when I first started. Thankfully, I've gotten back to just ignore them, because not every video is going to be big. Yes, exactly. And again, I'm not saying there can't be a bit of, okay, I have to make this video because I know it's what my audience can see. But what I'm saying is, if you don't also make videos for yourself too, you will fall for the rot of this. I'm telling you, gamers, this is the bad ending of YouTube. This is the bad ending, okay? You gotta be careful. We look at the cool, I don't care, I just want to make content. Yeah, exactly. I'm telling you, every single time I log into my dashboard, gamers, that little 1 of 10 little area, it's just completely unclicked. It remains tabbed up, and I immediately click see comments, and I move on with my day. Anyway, that rant aside, let's finish this up, Landon.
And Donkey Kong Bonanza was definitely not that. Once the game released, the game just pretty much died with content. I've seen fellow content creators of mine.
It's so embarrassing. It makes me sick. It genuinely makes me sick, man. That's another 10, broski. Oh, content creators. My content creator friends are saying they can't make content about it anymore. I don't care about your content creator friends. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Who the fuck are they? I don't care, bro. Make the go hit up Steve in the group chat, okay? There's a truck in Westminster Abbey that needs a 12-hour overnight night shift, okay? Feel the cold on your hands, because at some point you're not going to feel it anymore, because it's going to be that fucking cold. Trust me right now.
Actually moved back on to past Donkey Kong Country content that they were talking about before this game came out, because the Bonanza content was just going ignored. I wish this wasn't the case, but it's true, and you gotta look at what's going on with the Switch 2 right now, especially with the recent holiday sales. The Switch 2 did not have a great holiday season in 2025.
Ooh, okay, hang on, chat, hold. Remember, no company really had a good holiday 2025. Right? If I'm not mistaken, I believe like it was the lowest sales for like, oh, literally, like physical hit their lowest. He has it in the article. Like, it's not just Nintendo, it's everything. So first, I don't care about sales. No one else care about sales, but like everything was bad.
November and December were pretty low. Now, it was a pretty bad season for consoles all across the board.
Okay, he says it.
But
fair,
for
fair,
a console that just launched no less than 5 to 6 months earlier, this is normally not a great sign whatsoever.
Or maybe it's just because people are broke now. Maybe it's because of those tariffs. Are you going to mention the tariffs, Landon? Are you going to mention is he going to be a coward? Are you going to be the kind of guy that Nintendo wanted to go after? It's because of the tariffs, because no one has money. It's because we're in a cost of living crisis, broski. Or you make so much YouTube money, you're not aware of that anymore.
Too early for the Switch 2 to be having a bad holiday, and for investors and senior Nintendo employees
Fuck my Chungus life. Fuck my Chungus life, gamers. Hang on. Let's do like 2 seconds of research, gamers. Let's do like 2 seconds of research, okay? Let's sort by. So when he says the past 6 months, the graph has been going down, right? I wonder if we change the metric slightly to a longer piece of time. Oh, in fact, this is the part where I can educate you gamers. If you're going to use any sort of analytics, you have to use a decently long time span. I think a year is a good time span, right, chat? Oh my god, it's almost as if Nintendo are in the green overall for the whole year. And the dip was probably more so at the investors being scared that Nintendo's going to raise the prices because of the chip shortage going on at the moment. So a bunch of people sold. Oh my god. Oh, that's crazy how that works, isn't it? Not only do I not give a shit about this, but I know more about it than you do, Landon. And if I go to 5 years, oh my god! Oh my god, that's crazy. That's crazy. Landon, that's so crazy. Oh my god. Wow.
Themselves say, hey, we need to see some big first-party hits now. Mostly because looking at Nintendo's schedule in 2026, none of the games are going to be doing that for these.
And well, firstly, I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think this lineup is gonna like bang for a lot of people. I think for me, I'm interested in Fire Emblem, Bella Bell Park, You know, I'm interested in actually a decent bunch of the games here. Like, I understand that, like, on a big scale, you don't want this to be, like, a year 1 to year 2 lineup. But there's still a bunch of games that they could probably announce. So when you say this, I'm just kind of like, we still don't know yet. Do you know what I mean? We still don't know what's going to happen for the whole of the year. So far, this is okay, with the chance to get way better, you know?
Investors, and even for Nintendo themselves.
And yeah, with the Pokemon, and also, yeah, we've got Pokemon. Whatever Pokemon's doing is going to be out this year. We've got a bunch of stuff coming out, you know? Maybe they haven't announced everything. We just don't know. And again, And gamers, what is Nintendo as a company very famous for when it comes to release dates, gamers? Can we do a little bit of a pop quiz, gamers? You don't have to raise your hands, just shout, gamers. What is Nintendo really famous for when it comes to announcing games? What are they? Can we? Anyone in the chat? Can anyone give me the answer? I'm sure we all Nintendo scribbly bimbly jimblies. The unpredictable. Yes, they're very usually. Thank you so much, Calaby. They usually announce games relatively close to when they're coming out. So it's fair to look at this graph and go, we don't know what's going to happen yet. Crazy how that works, huh?
We're not going to see the sales that they want until they start announcing at least 1 or 2 bombshell games to go along with the rest of these. And you're going to need to have a 3D Mario within the first year and a half of your new console if you want it to succeed. I mean...
No. How much? What's it? What the Mr. AI overview real quick. 10 million, huh? 10 million. Interesting. 10 million in 6 months. If they want to be a success... I don't know about you gamers, but I think the most successful console launch of all time, if I'm not mistaken, I don't think they're exactly opining for, like, more sales at the moment. I think they definitely want to keep the momentum going, but, like, I don't... my beard is just so itchy right now. It almost sold as much as the entirety of the Wii U. I'm positively scratching my beard, gamers. My beard is a scratching. Yar! I swear Landon and Dean are like two sisters of the same coin. Talking about sales figures. One's just rooting for and the other's rooting against. Honestly. Except at least Nintendine is having fun with it. You know what I mean? He's boring. Like, both of them are quite boring in their own right, but I'd still have a drink with Nintendine.
Every single console has had a new major Mario game at some point within a year of its launch. And you look at the sales that these babies put up, Odyssey at 29.84 million units sold. Simply replacing the next 3D Mario game with Donkey Kong Bonanza for now as we wait another 2 to 3 years would be the biggest mistake that Nintendo's ever made.
Yeah, because Nintendo famously cares about sales, don't they, chat? They're like the number one company, right? That cares about sales. They're the company that will see a game sell 5 million and say it underperformed. No, sorry, hang on. I was thinking of Square Enix. My bad, sorry. I get those two mixed up all the time.
This is still towards the end of the 40th anniversary, and the Mario Galaxy movie is right around the corner. Nintendo can't afford to wait too much longer to reveal and release this thing.
If anything, I think you kind of go against your own argument. Because with the Galaxy movie... Hang on, like... Because with the Galaxy movie coming out this year, is that also not revenue to Nintendo? Yeah, worst ever is insane. But, like, the implication is that the movie doesn't... Like, the movie's just this, like, oh, it doesn't matter. The sales are just gonna... The movie's probably gonna, like, be a box... Hang on, let's do some research. Super Mario Brothers movie box office. Let's have a look. How well did it do? Box office mojo. I think it was... What's it? What was its budget? Do we know its budget? Even if we don't know the budget, it grossed... Jesus fucking Christ, are you joking me? So, I think the sales of this can make them delay a 3D Mario for a bit longer, wouldn't you say? Jesus, I didn't know it sold over 1 billion, I want to be honest. That's a shock to me. But yeah, I don't think they're hurting for money right now when they made a worldwide growth of 1 sold more than the first 3 Sonic movies combined? Yeah, kill me. Yeah, you're capping, buddy. Budget I think was 100 million, unless I'm misremembering. So what, they made 10 times their investment? Crazy. You're adding what, like usually double that for like marketing. So what, about 200 million all in, and they made 1.3 billion. Yeah, they got their money back. And what's it? The Mario Brothers, Mario 2? I think it'll probably make just about as much, right? I think they'll be fine in that regard. I think they'll be fucking fine. Holy shit. I think I'll be fine as well if I've got super chatters like these. Jesus Christ, Sylvian Emos. Thank you so much. I will read them quickly though, because I do want to finish up this video real quick. Funny Toadman, John Marr, be responsible, eat well. I did have a protein bar, so fair dues. Starcode H and Sarah Hexagon. I went to a school with a Sarah parallelogram. We didn't really get along, honestly. She was weirdly sided, weirdly shaped. I wasn't a fan of her. I hope you're a lot better. Thank you so much for the 5 gifters though. Thank you.
Donkey Kong Bonanza was great, but man, it's time for our plumber, and I'm sorry, Donkey Kong Bonanza is not a 3D Mario replacement. And plus, I want to see more 3D games from Nintendo's IPs. I want to eventually see a 3D Yoshi game, a super ambitious Captain Toad sequel.
Yeah, but do you though? Do you though? That's the thing. Do you though? Seems like you got 3D DK and you're just like, your steak was very juicy and your lobster was very buttery and you still told the chef, yeah, mate, not eating this. So I'm like, I don't know, to be honest. Yeah, the 3D Metroid just came out. We're crazy. I talk Sega and sales sometimes because with Sonic, they underperform many times, which actively affects the franchise health, and Nintendo, they're just tripping at this point. Oh, yeah, like, okay, no, just to clarify, I think sales can be a valid metric when used correctly. Like, for example, if we're pivoting this to football real quick, this still a thing happens in football sometimes as well, where like Arsenal fans will be like, oh, we spent this much on this player, what a waste of money. And it's like, yeah, but we're like one of the biggest clubs on planet Earth, broski. We're not, like, if we make like 20 or 30 big transfers that fail, then yeah, maybe we could start looking at the numbers. But like with some of the clubs in like lower league football, if they make a bad transfer on a bad big money transfer, they could potentially be like in the red. Do you know what I mean? Like there's been like football clubs that like have like shut down within the last 5 years because they just don't have enough money coming in. As an Arsenal fan, you don't have to worry about that. Which is why I never complain about like we spent this much on Nicolas Pepe and he didn't even perform. It's like, yeah, it was unfortunate. I wanted him to do well, but he didn't. So the same with Nintendo. So if you're a Nintendo fan, the one thing you have to at least the grace you have is you don't have to worry about sales. If you support a Yacht Club Games, you do, because they literally said if they don't sell $750,000, the company's gone. In the same way that like if a Derby County or a Port Vale make a big money signing and it doesn't work, that could be like the whole club in jeopardy, you know?
You know what I mean? But it shouldn't come in replacement of a mainline 3D Mario game, something that's been guaranteed within the first year of every new console, every single time. But I leave you with a simple question. What do you think? Do you think Donkey Kong Bonanza is the replacement for a 3D Mario?
I think you've heard my opinion plenty, Landon, so I don't think I'll add.
My final verdict is no, and I do think they worked on both games at the same time. I think they have been simultaneously working on both games at the same time, and I do think that 3D Mario is inevitable, especially when you look at things are starting to get a little sour for the Switch 2 right now after an...
Guys, I'm just saying personally, if you ask me, no, chat, this is my unbiased, unfiltered opinion. If you're asking me as a Switch 2 owner, am I feeling sound on the Switch 2? My answer is absolutely fucking not. I've got a GCN NSO and I'm finally get to play Fire Emblem Path of Radiance in an official capacity without paying an arm and a leg. Because if you guys aren't aware of what a semi-decently big deal it is that Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is available in an accessible form, any Fire Emblem fan will tell you that Path of Radiance, if you wanted to play it in an official format, which is generally how I prefer to play games, I'll emulate if I need to, obviously, but if I can play on official hardware, I always try to. If you wanted to buy Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on eBay, pre-NSO, it would have cost you about £300. And it seems like the prices have gone. Oh, Jesus Christ! The prices have gone down to a crisp and reasonable 120 or 140 gamers, or even 200 in this guy's case, huh? Crazy how that works, huh? So the fact that it's on GCN NSO now might not be your kind of game, fair dues, but it's genuinely a semi-decently big deal if you ask me, because I finally get to play that game in an official capacity, and it is genuinely fantastic that the GCN NSO is a thing now. It's fantastic. It really, really is. So when he says I'm soured on it, I've literally... I don't know what you're talking about. You know, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're just cooked. You're just cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked. You're cooked.
An incredible start, its legs are starting to drip off. A bad holiday season followed by lowering and lowering stocks, and also investors demanding some big first-party games. Nintendo's gonna have to really show up at this next Nintendo Direct. But
there's like a devil on my shoulder now. I literally stopped myself in real time, chat. I was literally just about to say, I hope there's fucking nothing. But like, obviously, listen, mister, you can't say that. You also want games too. Don't be Landon poisoned, okay? You know, I'm giving him another 20 because he almost mind controlled me there. You know what I mean? I'm giving you another 20 for that. I'm giving you another 20 for that, okay?
thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you all have a blessed day.
Do you know, I hope you step on a Lego today, Landon. Just one and just today, okay? Every other day you'll be fine. But I hope you step on a Lego just this once, okay? Because this was terrible, broski. This was terrible. I think your video peaked when you were theory crafting, because obviously your theory is as good as mine. But when you're giving me all these horrible excuses and reasonings, I'm just like, I don't know what you're talking about, broski. I have no idea what you're talking about. I do not care. As a Nintendo fan, as someone who loves the games that they make, I don't care about the investors. I don't care about the sales. I just want to play good games. Now, as I said, if the sales were high enough or low enough where they were worried of getting shut down or like dissolved, yeah, fair enough. I'd be a bit worried at that point. Nintendo, they're making a sequel to a movie that made 1.3 billion at the box office. Okay, you're fine, broski. You're fucking. You've never been more okay than you are now. All right. You've never been more okay. Oh, craziness. Crazy work from Landon, eh? Let's have a look at the comments, shall we? Let's wrap this bitch up, eh? Let's have a look. Of course we'll have a look. Have a good one, gamers. If you have to head out, it is a bit late after all. There's not gonna be much more left in this stream, but let's have a look, eh? Let's have a look. What have you got for me, brother? What have you got for me? I love Duncan Bananas. It's a phenomenal game, but it's very stupid to call it a 3D Mario replacement. You've even brainwashed this guy as well. I'm adding another point for brainwashing him. I can't believe you do it. I genuinely can't believe you did this. I just hope we don't have to wait another 8 more years for Nintendo's next 3D platformer. Do you know what? I hope we do. Oh my god, it's Daniel. I'm super excited for the next minute and more. Have a blessed day. Do you know what? Fair. You're excited? I'm excited too, alright? I'm not excited anymore, I just want to see Nintendo happy. Oh, man. You know what, fair dues. I'll give you that. It's gonna be it's gonna be like 10 more years minimum. And I think we saw this coming earlier. I like your delivery in this video. It's a lot more chill vibes. That was him using the mind control right there, gamers. That was him using the mind control. That's why his voice was a lot more demure, gamers. His voice was a lot more, hey guys, I'm Nintendo Land, okay? That's when he activates his mind control. You gotta be careful. You gotta be really, really careful. You can't spell DK without Mario. You can't spell Spooky Mario Bros without DK. Jesse, what the fuck are you talking about? It doesn't replace 3D Mario, but it does push it back, and it might have set 3D Mario back a year or two. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. I think that's what most of us think, right? I'm glad you made a video on this, because I'm hearing people say this, it's just so annoying. Like, if DK Bananas is the new 3D Mario, then Odyssey was the new 3D Donkey Kong, and Wonder was the new Donkey Kong Country. Oh my god, the slippery slope. The slippery slope fallacy in real... That's another bit of mind control. I'm adding another point to the mind control. Because you managed to make this guy make the most dog shit fallacy on planet Earth. Shut up, Strudel. Okay, Strudel, you gotta calm down, okay? You're getting heated, okay? You're getting heated again, alright? You're getting heated again. I gotta be careful with you, okay? I gotta be careful with you. Nintendo better not put the last level of the next 3D Mario game behind a paywall. DKB, I'm looking at you. Do you mean the DLC? No, you can play the game. I'm sorry, you're broke, okay? Super Mario Sunshine 2 would hit so... No, it wouldn't. No, it wouldn't. You're lying. Another mind control victim right here. Another mind control... Yeah, I'm gone. Logically, the argument that Bonanza... It's the same guy again! It's him again, Chase, back in the building! Logically, the argument that Bonanza is the 3D Mario doesn't even make sense. Why would a billion-dollar company not create a new installment of their flagship series that billion-dollar movie came out after 8 years? Donkey Kong games always sell significantly lower, and Mario games are essentially for every console. Because they just wanted to make one? I'm telling you guys, I've said this before and it bears repeating. If it was up to people like this guy in Landon, the only games that would exist are 3D Zelda, 3D Mario, Smash, Mario Kart, and I would say Pokemon, but these guys don't even care about Pokemon. Just those 4. And that is it. That is it, gamers. No other game would exist. None of them. Unbelievable. The thumbnail is your best since Nintendo Forgotten About. What even was the thumbnail? What, this thumbnail? It's not even that good. Not even that good. If you need a break from YouTube, please take it. I think it does. Tenu Milligan, I don't know how you say your name. You need to preach, brother, preach at him. Preach at him, okay? Have been waiting for this video for a while. Yeah, like what? Yeah, literally, he talks about it every day. Yeah, literally, no Metroid, no Pikmin, no Xenoblade, no Fire Emblem, no Chibi Robo, no Rhythm Heaven, nothing. You get nothing. Good day, sir. It's like saying 2D Yoshi replaces 2D Mario. That's not how it works. If the stock's anything to go at, DK cannot carry the Switch 2 for years. He is not Mario or Zelda status yet. I don't care, though. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, Mr. Fella, Mr. Dynamo. I don't care. I just don't. The game was good. I just like good games, man. I just like good games, you know? No Donkey Kong Bonanza does not replace Real Mario. It's a separate IP. Alright, what's the... Don't give me... yeah, even being made the new Super Mario Odyssey team, having Kid Paul in the same game elements from Super Mario Odyssey and DK Bonanza does not replace the new 3D game. I hate when someone said that DK Bonanza replaced the new 3D game because it's not like that. Okay, I'm not reading the rest of that, okay? I'm not reading that. When we got Luigi's Mansion, we didn't have to wait long for a 3D Mario. A Luigi's Mansion 4 will be the DK Bonanza of 2026. Do you know what? Ooh. Oh my... I'm all gamers, imagine that. That's actually true. That's actually true. Oh my god. If Luigi's Mansion 4 actually came out, chat, how long would it be before... I mean, Luigi's Mansion 4 was good, but we need like a 3D Mario. Like, that was 3D Luigi. It's true. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, actually, you know I famously said I don't think they'll make a Luigi's Mansion 4? If they announced it, it would be very funny, though. I actually want them to announce. I'm rooting for Luigi's Mansion 4 now. I'm actually rooting for it. Oh, was he one of your viewers? Hang on. Reese, who was it? Not my goat Jordan? Who was it? Which guy? Oh, this guy? Oh, no. Do you know what? I'm not gonna lie. I've not had this happen yet. But like, if I see like one of my regulars in a comment section spouting some whack shit, I just be like, oh, when your goat washed, when your commenter washed. Like if I saw JD in the Wild posting some whack shit, I'd be like, fucking, damn it! I can't believe it. I can't believe this is glob shit. I can't believe this, man. Hey, man, I know you get a lot of hate, but I love these videos. Always gives you hope that 3D Mario is right around the corner. Again, another person mind control gamers. The virus is, I'm counting 2 for that. The virus is spreading. He's been washed, gamers. This guy's been brainwashed. I can't believe this, man. I cannot believe this. Dude, take a break. He can't avoid his lust for 3D Mario. I know that, I just wanted to talk about Zelda. Yeah, you need to talk about the other Bing Bing Woohoo, not this Bing Bing Woohoo, okay? That's what you need to do. The Christian Francis is... I'm gonna lie, be a little bit disappointed if there's no 3D Mario season, but honestly, Nintendo doesn't need a new 3D Mario to survive 2026. Let's not forget, they still sold more than expected. They still have plenty of strong franchises that could show off this year, and some of the games already revealed look pretty fun. So 3D Mario, Nintendo should have something that blows people's minds. Also, don't expect these game prices to be cheap. Still think 3D Mario won't be around 2027. I hope I'm wrong, though. Yeah, Cloud, you need to leave. This isn't your... Common sense is not allowed here, okay? Common sense is not allowed here, broski. You gotta leave. You gotta leave. You're in bad company, okay? Join the Musquire Empire, okay? I need you to join the Musquire Empire, okay? We're recruiting. We're recruiting for the next funny chatter, okay? I got a couple of funny chatters, but we need like a new funny chatter to drop, okay? Like the last one was what, Michelle? She was quite like funny chungus. We need someone to take the seat of like the new funny chatter, you know? You guys are old. You guys are old. You guys are old. Obviously, you guys are like 6 months old, so that means you guys aren't funny anymore. You guys are like you guys are like too old now. You guys have been watching for too long, so you guys are washed now. We need like a new funny chatter. I was just about to, JD, fuck you. I was just about to say that, and you fucking typed it. You know what? Ban that guy. Ban that guy. I'm gonna say it first. We need a new chatter to unite the community. That's what we need. We need a new chatter. That's what we need. What else have we got? Yeah, I'm sorry, Dreaded Zero. You got it wrong. Are you on an episode per day schedule? Yeah, I think he is for some reason. Preach! All I ask is, is that 3D Mario's in development. I did it for TOTK. Fair enough. Hang on. Why would they need to do that? There's 2 to 3 Mario projects releasing every single year. Mario fans are not being ignored. It just don't hit the same. He needs that 3D Mario crack, bro. That's what he needs. He needs that 3D Mario crack. That's what he needs, man. Yeah, I don't like when people say Donkey Kong, but no. Okay, I've not mentioned this before, but like, every time I look at Nintendo Land's comment section, it is shocking how many people spell Bonanza wrong. The most common misspelling is Bonanza. People always forget that the other N, so it's Bonanza. I think we saw one earlier up, didn't we? I've not seen this one though, Banana. I've seen Donkey Kong Banana before, but like it's the new Gregnan, isn't it? That's what it is. I'm like, sure, okay. Yeah. Gamers, if you laugh, you go to zone 17. Yeah, Donkey Kong Bobi could never. Yeah, I need to tell you, I love Donkey Kong Yembanza. Yeah, I like Donkey Kong Bozaya, but it's not 3D Mario. I never played Bonafide. Is he even that good? I need Donkey Kong Oingy Boingy. Unbelievable. People make fun of bros. Nah, listen, this is fair. It's fair dues, okay? I don't see why it's controversial. Look at Red Dead versus GTA. GTA makes more money than Red Dead. Red Dead still replaces GTA for the PS4 generation. You're kind of right, but it's another console. It's another console, therefore, gamers. Crazy. You just don't want the truth. What do you mean? Except it's not the truth. Bonanza. Oh, hang on. Good job, Taranza. He spelled Bonanza correctly. I need Donkey Kong Bonobo. That's what I need. That's not a misspelling. It's literally Donkey Kong, but he's replaced with a bonobo monkey. And the game is just the same. No way I just heard one say Bowser Fury is like a tech demo. He did, honestly. Crazy how that works, huh? Let's be honest here. A non-Mario, non-Zelda RPG can have the best game in their franchise, but the problem is it's not Mario. Another Brandon. Brandon has been mind controlled. Of course it's Brandon, Landon. They're cloning each other now, gamers. They're cloning each other. That's how crazy this mind control's gone. You're torturing the poor man. Do you know what they do at Guantanamo, gamers? It's Landon B. That's what they do. They literally tie people up in Guantanamo. We need to know if you're a Russian spy. You're not getting anything from me. Oh yeah? Hey, Mr. Furukawa, is that you? What are you doing? Hey, shut up. How's that 3D Mario coming along? No, please don't. Please. How about we're thinking 2029 now? No, please, I'll tell you everything. I'm a spy. Putin's gonna be in Russia in 2 hours. He's gonna be in Moscow. You can snipe him from the ceiling. That's how they work, gamers. That's how it works in Guantanamo. Back in my days, we called Bowser's Fury a side game. Guantanamo Bay Nanza. Yeah, we need to ban this guy. Mods, can we ban this guy? We need to ban that guy. Thank you for the 2 bacon, alright? Do you think Land has been feeding off his Wahooian energies of Miyamoto's Orb Demon to fuel his brainwashing powers and spreading clones of himself? I didn't think he still had access to Wahooian energy. I think they outlawed that in 2022. So if he's using Wahooian energy to do this, he must be it must be from a source. I need to find out who his dealer is. Definitely. Okay, you're a diehard Donkey Kong fan, huh? Name every single Kong that's been played. Yeah, wrap it up, little bro. Wrap it up. Oh man, let's play a brand new game. How many days can you avoid mentioning 3D Mario? We can bet on it. Listen. The bookies wouldn't accept that. And I think there's your lot, gamers. The bookies wouldn't accept that. Landon, listen. With a mind control score of 85, I think it's fair to say that his powers are like unbelievable. He must be having a dealer to be able to amplify his Wahooian energy, to be able to bingify a bunch of Brandons, Landons, Scamdons, Frandons. A bunch of Duns are out there, and he's the Don of the Duns. That's why he's called Landon. It's also Landon. You see, it makes sense, gamers. It all makes sense. He is the he's the mob boss, the Bing boss, so to speak. And he's got a bunch of recruits, and he's recruiting harder. What you guys need to do, if you've made it to the end of this, is you guys need to invest in Sir Musty, okay? You guys need to invest in Sir Musty war bonds, okay? Invest in this community, and with all your power, it'll be like a spirit bomb. With all your power, I will be able to combat the Landon's Wahooian energy. Can I get a hoorah, gamers? Can I get a hoorah? It's only with a like and subscription I'll be able to combat his powers, okay? We're going to reach 400k before him. And we'll leave that there, alright? Good grief. When will Landon...